Hi, I'm Jenny from the plot, and this is my allotment. Welcome to my lady garden. So, in an attempt to stay out of copyright prison, I dug out this from my loft. It's an ocarina. I don't know who it belongs to. It's just sort of always been there. Cursed. So, this is Jenny from the plot, arranged for the ocarina. Take 473. I thank you. Today I'm here with the courgette plants in their final moments. They've been absolutely fantastic. If you want a plant that is desperate to please, sow a courgette plant, because they give and give and give. You've been amazing, guys, but it's time. Yep, it's time. I planted this little nasturtium next to the courgettes as a companion plant because, you know, everyone needs a friend. It didn't do very well because the courgettes got so big, but I'm going to leave it because we did the same in the pumpkin bed and they were pretty small. And then when we took the pumpkins out, end of August, the nasturtiums suddenly took off. And here they are now. Look at them. They're absolutely beautiful. They're lovely plants and you can actually eat them as well, although I'm not sure I fancy it. They're annuals, so they're dying off now, but apparently you only really need to sow nasturtiums once because they self-seed like mad. So I'm hoping we might see this little guy again next year. This is the bed where I'm going to grow my potatoes next year. Now this year we grew potatoes and we ended up with a lot of spuds with tiny, tiny little holes in, which is apparently caused by wireworm, the larvae of the click beetle. Don't Google images it because they're horrible. And it's very common in ground that has not been cultivated for a long time, check. And it's very common in ground that has been covered in grass. Check. So apparently if you sow mustard seeds before you grow your spuds, something about the mustard plant speeds up the life cycle of the click beetle and you get less wireworm problems. Now whether this is true or not, it sounds kind of a bit made up to me, but I'll try anything, to be honest. I know Katrina, who does the homegrown garden vlogs from Nottingham, she always grows her spuds in big tubs because she has such a problem with wireworms. So I think for me that's a bit of a last resort, because obviously it'd be expensive buying a load of tubs and buying all the compost for them. So I'm going to try this first. I just bought these mustard seeds from Sainsbury's. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I looked up how you're supposed to sow them, and I think I'm going to sow them in drills, because the thing about the green manure that I planted last time was when you broadcast sow it like that, when you just fling it about and it starts, if it starts growing, I'm never sure whether it's a bit of green manure growing or whether it's a weed, because they've just been randomly spread. So I'm going to grow these in drills, in lines, so that I will know what's mustard and what's weeds. Fingers crossed. Well, I've just negated all my lovely rows by just flinging a load more mustard seeds in the soil. I didn't feel like I had quite enough coverage, and I had loads of mustard seeds, so I just sort of, you know, covered the bed. We'll see what happens. And on that note, I shall leave you for today. Thanks so much for joining me in my lady garden, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.